Un, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco.
This discussion is about monogamy and infidelity, which some may argue one is inherent, the other isn't, depending on who you talk to. So we're gonna start the conversation. Everyone just introduce themselves.
My name is Dooney, I'm 26 and I'm single.
My name is Siobhan, I'm 26 and I'm single.
My name is Anselm Samuel, I am 34 and I'm engaged.
Oh man, my name is Darren, I'm the youngest person at this table. I'm 25 and I'm divorced.
My name is Cam, I'm 31.
Oh, so you lied about your age?
Nah, I look 25. So then people say you're 25, I'm like, sure, wait, no I'm not. I act 22, and I'm single.
Hello, my name is Ed, and I'm 31 years old, and I'm currently dating.
Monogamy. Does the table think that's inherently natural, normal? What do you think, Ken?
So monogamy is evil.
Yeah, some scientists argue that monogamy is not natural.
I agree. I totally agree. Because we're the only mammals that actually adhere to monogamy besides, I think, turtles and something else. Like
Turtles aren't mammals.
Turtles aren't mammals. Wait, not turtles. hold on. There's something else. Kangaroo? Nah, I don't know. There's like 2 or 3 mammals that actually adhere to monogamy, where almost every other one usually spreads their seeds and multiplies on that. But I think it's more of a moral thing as opposed to actual natural. That's pretty much. I'm not saying that like we shouldn't be monogamous. I'm just saying that I think it's more because of our own moral and mental stuff, not necessarily our natural. Because our natural thing is to spread our seed and multiply and do all that dumbness. But
Are you talking about men?
yes,
Yes. So let's
Because I'm a
differentiate.
male, so I'm gonna talk about men. Because I don't know about women. Because that's a whole nother ball of wax.
I know Dooney is fine.
She looked like she got something to say. Like, man, what? Like, what? What, brother?
Well, one, I am a scientist and a chemist. I actually don't agree with using characteristics of other animals and describing humans. I think humans are humans. Lions are lions. Tigers are tigers. Dogs are dogs. So I don't really agree with the thought that, because mammals aren't monogamous, that humans also aren't or shouldn't be monogamous. I mean, we speak, dogs can't speak. You know what I mean? I just don't think that it's a level ground to make comparisons. And I think it's a choice. You have a choice as to whether or not you want to be monogamous. Whether or not it's natural, I'm not sure. I think with humans, we tend to think anything that takes some sort of effort automatically is not natural. Since you have to put effort into it, it's not natural. It's a choice to be monogamous. So you're in a relationship, you make a choice to be in a relationship, and you make the choice to be monogamous.
Honestly, I don't know whether I agree with this whole natural, not natural thing. Like, monogamy is just, I don't know. At the end of the day, everything that we really want for, we have to work for, whether it comes easier to other people or not. Some people are serial monogamous, some people will have commitment issues. So, and I don't think that's something that's natural for humans. It's natural for me, maybe, and not natural for her. I'm not saying good, but, it's just, I think it depends on the person.
I think it's too many different people to actually say what's natural, specific, for human beings as a whole. We have Asian people, we have Caribbean people, we have African people, European people, and what we have as humans are different cultures. So some cultures believe in monogamy, some cultures believe in polygamy. So you can't really say what's natural in terms of humans because we're so broad of a species. In terms of monogamy, it's a great concept. It's good within our society.
You believe it because you're newly engaged.
Yes, I definitely believe it, and I think, like I said, it's a good concept. It's like, but is it natural? Because natural would say this is what we have to do, we must do, we do.
You do.
We do. My thing is, whether it's natural or unnatural is not important. Is the emphasis that society puts on it. I feel like women want it at a certain time and men are ready for it at a different time. I think that's when the problem develops. It's not whether it's natural or not. It's when you're ready for it, when I'm ready for it. If I'm not ready for it, when you're ready for it, it's a problem. So I think that's more the issue than if it's natural. You know, when I'm 50, I might be ready to settle down with one person. You want to do it at 25. At 25, I want to have fun. At 25, I want to explore the world. At 25, I want to find out who I am and the mark that I'm going to leave on the world, instead of worrying about making you happy, making you, feel comfortable in whatever issue you're having this week. So I think that's more the issue, more than if it's natural or not.
So we separated on terms of basically trying to get our stuff together. It just wasn't working out, like our personalities meshed. And as we broke up, more and more things came out. Found out we had been seeing somebody else while we were together. We were supposed to get married July 21st of this year. He had a newborn on July 19th of this year, I believe.
You just get to that. Okay. Speaking of your trip.
We were together since 2003, so we were together for 8 years. We knew each other since I was 16.
So you know about infidelity.
I mean, when we were together, I did find out he cheated on me, and I mean, at the point I was in school still, and I can see how it happened. We both were having issues, and I know, like I said, I have brothers. I know in my head that sometimes when a guy strays from a girl, it's not always not that deep, but I know that it's not always because. And then he admitted it to me. He told me about it. We were broken up for 9 months. I felt. Guess I was wrong. I felt that we moved past it and we actually worked on to being better people because of it. Guess I was wrong. But at the end of the day, people could say that monogamy is not something that's done, or people could say that you can become bitter. I'm not that type of person. Like, low-key, I'm still a hopeless romantic. I hope that maybe one day I'll get married. Right now, it's not happening at all. I haven't been single since I was 16.
Siobhan was also very good at keeping whatever happened in her relationship very contained to just her and her boyfriend.
Which I think is important. A lot of people don't have that that ability. They feel like they always need advice from somebody. They always need help. Like, you know what? So exactly.
I think that when it happened with Siobhan, it was more of a surprise to everybody. Like, wait a minute, what do you mean? You know, y'all are having these issues, and what do you mean the engagement is off? Like, what do you mean? But it was because Siobhan had kept everything so contained, which I think she should have done. Right. Because I think,
at the end of the day, like, if I decided I do want to be with a person, now everybody's like,
they go over here.
Exactly.
I'm in TV barked up.
And a lot of friends, obviously your friends for the most part want the best for you, but sometimes they don't understand your decision is your decision. Like, whether you like who I'm with or whether you agree, it's my decision to be with this person, period.
I heard, I think it wasn't you, but it was Pope that said during that discussion that in a relationship it's a circle, and for a successful relationship you should keep everything in a circle. The problems arise when you go outside of the circle and you bring other factors, other variables into the circle. And I think that I think that's a large part of the problems that arise when you bring other variables into the equation.
Even in relationships, not any relationship, friendships. My motto, and Dooney's heard me say this: I keep problems in private. I think that one of the problems in the relationships are people don't realize that they can talk. If you're in the relationship with this person, you're supposed to be able to talk to the partner. And I know female side, and I think a lot of male sides too. I mean, like, males who've been in a relationship for a while, sometimes they get caught up in like these pseudo relationships with people, not just like the quickie infidelities, but like actual pseudo relationships with other people because they have another girl who is willing to listen and they feel they can't talk to their partner. And
That happens a lot. That happens a lot, especially with guys, because you have your girl, and then maybe you have, like, what people call it, the work wife or the work husband, and you have this person that we always talk about like the 80-20 type thing. Your girl's 80% of what you want, but then there's that last 20 that they're missing. Maybe they need to like comic books, or maybe they need to like cook better or whatever it is. You find that other girl that's like the best part that you're missing with your girl, and you're not cheating, but mentally you're like, man, she's so cool. I wish my girl was like this. But then you have a better relationship in terms of talking and communication, and then when you go back to your girl, you're just sitting there like, fuck, what am I doing? And then you start to really balance it out. So this is the moment to go back to your fellas. Yo, am I bugging? Should I really be messing? Should I try to drop one for the other? Most of your friends, the smart ones, will be like, yo, you have to figure out what is important to you, and is that 20% really important? Because a mature person will understand that no person is going to be 100% of what you want, but once you got your 80, you better chill with that, because you need to accept that, and that's you and that's your girl, but you might not be able to have that last 20%.
So then, do we never get 100% of what we want, or is it always, or is it always a matter of taking the most of what you want and being happy with that?
I think there's a realistic expectation you can have, and then there's that Princess Charming that doesn't exist. So I feel like
Denzel and the Bentley.
So I feel like depending what that 80% contains, that 80% could be more than enough. I'm not gonna say you can never get 100%, but I think it's few and far between.
Yeah.
I think that's my
The issue with that is not everybody knows what they want.
Exactly. And that's guys and girls.
No,
That's why he's engaged. What do you need? What do you want?
Not necessarily, but what you need, what you want, sometimes you need. Yes, sometimes they overlap.
But needs are priority.
Right, they do.
Like
I need you. Right. This tall. No, that's right. Okay. Right.
Time out. Everyone's
I said one thing, they was like, yeah.
That's not really a need, because I feel like that's a very superficial. I mean, when someone says something to the effect of they need to be this tall, or they need to have this, they need to have that. It's like that to me is very superficial.
It is. But you know what?
What happens if you're, as a woman, I'm targeting a man that makes a certain amount, but you're now laid off.
Right.
So what becomes the basis?
Yeah, but you know what? You need to be attracted to the person you're with, and no matter what. I feel like people say
Physically or attractive?
both. Both.
Both what?
Because my thing is,
Sometimes the character, I know for girls, and I'll say this to myself, it's happened to me, sometimes the character does
overweight the look.
not. Sometimes the character brings on that physical attraction. But it takes time, but you will physically be
That leaves room. I'm letting you know this now. That leaves room for error. That leaves room for you to be in the club one night, and somebody cute come up, say the right things at the right time.
And that's where monogamy takes work.
No, it doesn't.
It's a choice. It's a choice.
It is. But
There's always going to be somebody better than you.
but
It's always going to be somebody taller.
You need to be Now my dimples are deep. And I got two.
And I see somebody with deeper difficulties.
I believe
so like I
Let me say
said,
this. I've dated men that I initially was not attracted to at all. I mean, I can think of two in particular, maybe three, that I initially was not attracted to. And but in getting to know them, I'm very big on mental stimulation, so I'm very big on if I can speak with you. And we can just converse on a wide range of subjects, and you can make me think about something that I haven't thought about before. It speaks volumes, and that I'm attracted to more than anything. So in these conversations, I grew attracted to these men, and I was able to sustain, dating them for periods of time, and them being the only person that I was dating, because there was something deeper there than that attraction. But relationships are finished, and I think about it and I say to myself, well, do I really want to do that again? You know what I mean? Do I?
Like I do not need the the Megan Goods of the world, but I do need to be attracted to you.
The Lord gave us a brain to analyze the qualities of a lady or a male, vice versa. But He also gave us eyes to see you as well. So you gotta be attractive, you gotta be smart, you gotta have the whole package. That's how I see it.
Or I got 5'4", but I think a 5'8".
Saying 5'8's cool.
You can't be no 4'8" though. I ain't
No, my thing is, whatever your height is, my thing is, but everybody has a preference, and I feel like to totally deny your preference is unrealistic and unfair to yourself. Because
you never really date what you want.
Right. but there's leaving too much room for error. Like you can date what you like.
I think height is the least of your worries, though. the height. That's. I think. All right.
Keep dating. Like, I'm not dating somebody 6'2". I'm not dating a chick 6'2".
But I heard you. I heard you say you gotta wear your high heel shoes. Don't wear them high heel shoes. Wear them when you're not with me.
No, wear your high heel shoes.
But don't wear them too high. Don't take nobody's advice. Just go ahead and do it, and get your own experience.
I learned at the beginning of the year, early.
Siobhan is still learning.
I am still learning. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna take a while, but I will say this: as somebody who was with somebody for 8 years and with somebody who I was attracted to, but he wouldn't have been physically my preference. I will say that now that I have a chance to do everything over, I'm doing everything how I want. Like, I'm making sure that I actually had to create a list of things that I want and need in my life, and I have to
Learning to date.
Yeah, basically, I had to find priorities. Like, I'm 5'9". Like, I know I can't date nobody that's 5'6". No,
but you know what?
To me, that's how.
But you know
maybe
what?
if I was 16, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe if I was 16, I would have said, you know what?
No, but you can't really do. Like, my thing is, and every woman wants a nice guy. Every woman wants a nice guy, but you want somebody that meets some of your expectations. They don't have to meet all of them, but some of them.
Are opinion based. To me, maybe another girl, somebody who's 5'6" when they're 5'9" is fine. But when I'm 5'9" and I put on my 5-inch heels and I'm 6'1", and you're still at 5'6", what am I supposed to do? To me, that makes me self-conscious.
When you're 5'10" and she has the heels on, he's still loving you.
I don't know. I like 5'10".
Isn't that more important than how tall he is?
I can rock with it.
Not be attracted to somebody who's taller.
You can say that now. I think that's a mistake. To say that you just want to date somebody. That's one person. You haven't dated all the short people.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say? Compromise and settling?
Compromise and settling are two different things. I think women always say, I'm not settling, but compromise is part of choosing someone.
I know.
But height is like, that's a sin. I don't want someone, it's a physical thing. I don't want someone that's fat. I don't want someone that's too short. I don't want someone that has a big head or big ears.
My thing is,
but how do they treat you? It's a preference.
Yeah, but my thing is,
really takes care of you.
No, you're right.
Like, I wouldn't mind dating somebody who was overweight. Like, that doesn't bother me.
So as long as he's 6'10", you get a big butt and be 300 pounds, he's good. But if he's like a great person and he's like 5'4", 5'5", doesn't work.
I honestly really couldn't do it.
What if you met the person online and fell in love that way? Like, this person's great, and you lied about his height, and you met him, and it's like, damn, I'm emotionally invested in this person, but then now, oh snap, he's 5'5". Sorry, you gotta go.
A good relationship factors on 3 different things: mental, physical, and spiritual. And now, mental, vibing with the person, all that kind of stuff.
Thank you.
Physical, of course, attraction, and then spiritual. That could be relationships, that could be religion, that could be whatever, or it could be the chemistry. But I think all 3 of those in tandem is like the most important part of the relationship. And so a lot of times people put too much on the physical, too much on the mental, or too much on the spiritual.
It's a balance.
It's a balance. And there's a lot of people say, like, Christian relationships, they always put everything God first, blah, 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 which is totally fine. But Christian relationships usually have a higher divorce rate than anybody else, which is really hilarious. Then you have other people that put physical too much. Oh, you gotta be this tall, you gotta be this short, you gotta have this big a boobs, whatever. And then same thing with mental. Oh, we vibe really well, but he ain't that cute. And it's like those 3 things have to be in a nice balance for you to have a successful relationship. Besides communication and everything else, but that's my 2 cents on it.
So did you find those 3 in your new fiance?
I didn't hear the last. What's the 3 that he found?
He said mental, physical, and spiritual to make a good relationship.
Yes and no. I mean, like, everyone has a preference. You have a list of things that you want. If you ask me what my ideal woman is, like, for years, I say, dark skin, big, fat booty, smart, intelligent, spiritual, all those things. My fiance doesn't have the biggest booty in the world. It's big enough for me, and I'll compromise on that. And I'm not really a person.
She still got a ring.
So shout out to
to the little booty cuties.
I'm about to say, so there's hope for me and my flat ass.
So like I said, it's about compromise. Like you see the things that you want, and you really see what's really more important, what you actually need. You know, I've dated women that were 6 feet tall, and it was like mentally it was an issue. Like she hella tall, but I liked her, and it was like it didn't really matter. And she was cool with it, I was cool with it, and it didn't matter. I'm 5'9" or 5'8" and 3/4, whatever you want to say. And if you have an issue with my height, then that's an issue on your end. But if you like me, you like me. And I think that kind of overpowers what people look at as like, all right, this is my preference. We all have preferences, and everyone has the right to that. It's just a guideline. But once you start building your house, you know what? I want to add another room over here. I want to add this. You don't always follow the blueprint.
But some people, more things are more important than other things.
No, this is one thing. Someone told me that it was like with a woman or women, that women can grow into liking a guy they're not immediately attracted to. But for men, if he's not immediately attracted to her, he never will be.
My thing is, I don't want somebody to grow attracted to me. I don't want somebody to like me after a while. Like, you know what? Oh, after talking to me for like 3 years, beat the shit. Now, when you meet me, if I'm not the one, let's go our separate ways. There's no problem with you not liking me. That's all right. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel bad. Like, okay, I'm feeling her. She's not feeling me. Okay, no, cool. I'm not your type. You know what I'm saying? She might be feeling me. So I'm not saying. So to say like, you know what? Well, I'm not her type. Then or she could grow to like me. I don't have time for you to grow to like me. You know what I'm saying? Because then if you could grow to like me, you could grow to like somebody else. There's too many things you grow not to like. There's too many variables. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the basis had to be somewhat kind of balanced. Yeah, there had to be something initial there.
Yeah, I don't want no lady that's with me because she finds me like she likes me because of my personality. If you don't find me attractive, when you wake up in the morning, like yo, you a fine mother. That's what I need. I don't need. You know what? You are so damn ugly, but you make me laugh. You make me smile because all it takes is that one cute dude who's dumb as shit. Yo, what's going on, baby? And it's been real. Keep all that.
Yeah.
Keep all that lovey. I love you for your personality. No.
But that's what people mess up with. They mess them a lot.
I actually, the other day, that was so funny. The other day, I was on my computer, and my boyfriend was, I don't know, playing video games or something. And I said something, and he started laughing, like really laughing. I looked up at him, and I was like, you look so cute. Look at you. Come over here. You know, I was like,
And if you're not cute, you ain't getting none of that. Ain't no. You look so gummy wake up in the morning. It just good morning, good night.
A lot of married people say when you have those moments where you're still attracted to them, when you can laugh with them, that makes the last like the relationship. It does count for a relationship. You know, that moment did count because I'm like, you're so cute. You know, in the middle of my work, you can still find that attraction, that love for that person in the midst of whatever's going on, and I think that's very important.
But I think all that comes down to more than the physical, because let's say you're attracted to someone, it's your Denzels, your Halle Berry, and then God forbid they have a car accident, and now they're disfigured. Do you still no longer love that person because they don't look like who you were in love with?
That's different. You know why? You already established who they were. You know who they were.
Which what if people bring up all the time because like you're not my type. You're not really the right one for me.
No, but that's
you ugly now.
No,
that's funny and all, but
that's because at the beginning you weren't honest with yourself. At the beginning, I feel like if you're honest with yourself in the beginning, you'll be all right.
I'm gonna say that when we talk about attraction, I was just gonna say if you're attracted to something, and let me make my way through my point. I was gonna say if your attraction is based solely on physical, right? Like it's completely superficial. You're tall, so I'm automatically attracted to you. You know what I mean? But there isn't much more of an attraction there. Then I think it's harder to find those random moments where I find you cute. But when you're genuinely attracted to who this person is, in addition to liking what they look like, then it makes it so much more easier to be 2 o'clock in the afternoon and be like, yo, close that door right quick. You know what I mean? Because there's so much more there. So close that door.
Right away, girl. No, sounds like we cool.
Let's hurry up. No more mimosas. Let's get this check. You know what I mean? It makes
But also too, you forget, like I think that those small moments is, and like I was explaining to one of my friends, and one of my exes, like to this day, when I see her, I get really like frustrated. Half of it is because it didn't work out. Half of it is because I don't like what she's doing right now, or it's just I'm just annoyed. But one of the things is they're like, well, why are you so frustrated? Because I actually care. And then it was a small thing that she does. And then another friend was like, well, when you're with her, did you guys have a lot of fun? I was like, yeah. And one thing that she made me do is I used to giggle. I'm a man. Men don't giggle. But when you're with a certain girl, yeah. But when a girl makes you giggle just because it's a certain, whatever it is, whether they laugh, they smile, the small little, they try to tickle you or whatever, it's that small feeling that this is someone that you want to be with a little bit more than just, oh, wham bam, thank you ma'am, whatever. This is like some movie said, it was like, you don't want to find a girl that you spend Friday night with, you want to find a girl that you spend all day Saturday with. And that was the thing, like you wanted someone that gives you that small little feeling. And that's like the growing chemistry and all that kind of stuff.
Do you think that you can have a great relationship after infidelity? There are some arguments that infidelity can strengthen a relationship.
Yes and no.
In January, I would have said yes. Now, no.
Actually, there's a good study about that where the majority of divorces right now are people that are 50 and older. And a lot of them are trying to come out that one or the other cheated on the other person. So you have people that had, wives for 20 years and a girlfriend for 5. But those 5 years were a good relationship because the things that they were failing from their wife, they were getting from their side piece. And that's why the side piece made them a better husband. Because like whatever physicalness or maybe their mental or whatever got taken care of. So when they're with their wife, they felt that they could be the best husband that they could.
I think it depends. I think when it comes to cheating, I really believe to each his own. I don't think what works for one works for someone else, and that's why I think when it comes to cheating, you can't really take other people's opinions on whether or not you should stay with this person, get back with this person. I think it depends also who cheats. A lot of the time, men, when they cheat, it really is just as simple as sex, period. No more, no less.
Most guys for cheating is straight, I can get booty and I can't.
A lot of the time when a woman cheats, she has really built up this entire relationship. Like this is now her new best friend. It's harder because it's not just sex, it's emotion. It's so much more that's involved.
My thing is if most people, unfortunately, aren't 100% honest with the situation. So therefore, and with themselves, and therefore, I think that's where the problem comes. Like if my problem is that I want this and you're not doing this, that's one thing, and we can work on that or separate. But if you're not telling me what the problem is, and I'm not telling you what the problem is, then there's no way you can fix it. But after somebody cheats, if you are honest, completely honest, I think it can have benefits. I'm not saying that's the best way to go.
Don't forget, but don't forget. Yeah,
no, but yeah, but you know what it is?
150%.
Yeah, but that's another thing. Like I said, you have to be 100% honest. If you can't deal with it, then go. I'm saying if you're not gonna, I don't.
Honestly, it's never can you deal with it. Of course you can't deal with it. But the point is, are you gonna deal with? Are you gonna still be in that relationship?
No, but if you bring it up every single time we get in an argument, then you can't deal with it. Like no, I
have a friend who got cheated on, and they decided to get back together, and she is like still going through it. I told her like, if you want to be with him, be with him. But you can't check his Facebook, his Twitter, his phone every time you're around him.
You can't do punishing yourself.
And I'll be honest, I've been cheated on before I was younger, but still happened. I don't know if I would be able to stay. I haven't been in that situation again as an adult.
It's easy to say don't bring it up all the time because you can't control your emotions. It could be, it's like a splinter. It's like you have a little splint. Sometimes it might just jab you, and I went instant.
Not everything. Yeah, but you know what? Nah, but you know what it is? But everybody's been in a relationship where somebody's done something major that you don't like. You do not bring that up every single time.
No, I'm not saying bring it every time. I guarantee you, it will come up again.
I'm letting you know right now. If we're friends and we get in a fight, like we're friends and we really get a fist fight or shit, whatever. If we decide to still be friends, I will never bring up that fight into my life.
But that's a dude thing.
No,
that's a what?
That's a dude thing.
That's like with a chicken. I catch her kitchen another dude. Whatever reason, she kissed another dude. If I decide to stay, I probably never bring that up in my life. I'm being 100% honest.
I'm not gonna say I wouldn't ever bring it up. However, I don't think that you can you have to control your actions. And I think that that's something that goes back to being honest. You're right. You can't control how you feel. You can't control your emotions. But you can certainly control how you choose to act off of what you feel. I can be mad. I can say something. Maybe this person wrote a status on your Facebook wall that looks crazy. Right. I can choose whether or not I want to address that.
No, but see that's the thing.
What I mean?
But you know what? No, I understand what you're saying. But
right. And then make a whole.
But see, is that beneficial for anything? We had a problem. We talked about the problem. We discussed the problem honestly. After that happens, anything that happens after that is a totally different problem.
You could be watching a movie on somebody getting cheated on, and it'll come up.
No, but that's the whole thing. But you
No, but you on the couch and we chilling. Next thing we know, the plot thickens, and now I'm like, but this motherfucker a couple months ago. And you still sitting.
So my thing. So you know what happened?
But that's my thing. But that's why I said.
you know what
That's
happened?
why I said you have to be honest with yourself.
But you know what
I don't know if I can.
The problem
be in that situation.
The problem hasn't been solved. Then if you automatically go right back to it,
I agree with
and
that.
but that's
No. The problem can be solved, but you. Wait a minute.
You may problem
It's solved, but just because you getting over it. Thank you. You can. I can be like, you know what? Barris and me and you in a relationship. You go ahead and find yourself a little light skin trying to big butt. I understand. I ain't got a butt. So we come back. We talk about it. We over it. I mean, granted, we worked on it, and I'm not mad at you. I've gotten over the issue. That doesn't mean that. Maybe to me, maybe I'm different. To me, if I have these feelings, like you know what, I'm over it. I can move past it. I still want to be with you. I still want to grow with you. That's different than me saying, every time I see a big wet light drawn, I'm like,
no, but that's not.
but I'm not gonna bring it up for you. I'm not gonna be mad at you for that because
My thing is, I'm not saying it's supposed to happen 2 weeks later. I'm not saying it's supposed to happen 6 months later. I know everything takes time. Everything takes time, and everybody has a different time period which they can get over things. Like I'm one of those people. If something happens, 2 days later I'm fine because I just refuse to let it to ruin my life. But if every time, like, okay, one time, like, okay, 6 months later, you're still kind of feeling it, you're still feeling it. Okay, 8 months later, you're still kind of feeling it. A year and a half later, if you're still bringing up every time you see a big booty light-skinned chick, you know what? You need to go your own way. I need to go my own way. And I think that's where the problem is.
But people are afraid to do that. People are afraid to part ways, even when they know it's not working.
No, but that's the thing. But you're not being honest. You're not being honest.
I agree, but
needs to be honest with themselves. You know what you can and cannot handle.
Exactly.
but even when you know,
I can handle
but
it. And
even
you be like, I think I know. But internally, I say this all the time. I say this to me. I said, you confront for me. You confront for God. You can even front for Jesus because he knows the truth anyway. But don't front for yourself because
I agree. But even when you know, everything is easier said than done. So even when you know, I agree. Trust me, I agree. I know me. I know there are certain situations I just cannot be a part of, and I'm gonna make it miserable for the both of us if I decide to stay there. But that doesn't mean that it makes it that any easier for me to get up and
My
leave.
thing is not, and this is like easy, like you just said, monogamy isn't easy. So therefore, you choose. So to be monogamous, you pick the hard way. Everything good for you is not easy. My thing is, if we're having a problem, I love you to death. Like the person I divorced, I love her to death. She's a great person. There's nothing wrong with her. But you know what? She wasn't the person for me. Like, you know what? I can stay here because I love her mother. I can stay here because I love her grandmother. I can stay here because I love a 9-year-old niece that wants to see me every time I don't come up there. But if I stay, every time I come home, I'm not going to be happy. Every time I lay in this bed, I'm not going to be happy. So you know what? Everybody's going to be mad at me. But I have to go. I have to go for your benefit. I have to go for my benefit. I have to go for my peace of mind. I have to go for your peace of mind. So therefore, you put the greater good over what's easy.
How old were you when you got married?
I got
I'm taking this. If you don't mind me asking.
I'm not the moderator, but
I got married at 23 or 24. My thing is, my mother was single till she was 35, 36, and I did not want to be my mother. I didn't understand why my mother could be single for so long and not have somebody there all the time. My mother had me when she was 16. She was single for a very, very long time, and I never understood how can she do that and not want to, somebody to be there all the time. So to me, I felt like I needed to settle down and be with this person. And I come to realize that's not who I am. I like to meet new people. I like to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even sex. Like we can go out for like 9 months and not have sex, and I'm good with it. Because that's not where our relationship is.
Getting someone else.
All the ladies are like,
But that's neither here nor there. You know what? You're really, really cool. I'm really, really cool. We're having a good time.
Wait, so do you think you rushed it?
Yes.
You were probably in love with love. Huh?
Yeah.
In love with the idea of love.
Right.
What'd you say?
I said he was probably in love with the
Right.
idea of love.
The whole idea of them saying I'm coming home, same person. The hardest thing about relationship time is that whole that 3-4 date period where you know what I'm saying, you're playing hopscotch, you're trying to jump in like, yo, what about doing this? What about doing this? Like you don't know when the kids, you don't want to hug her, but when you're with somebody, you know exactly when you need to do something, how you need to do it, when you really want it. So that first part sometimes is very hard. But I've come to realize that first part is really fun. Like I like that part. Like getting to know somebody, what you like, what you don't like. It's like that part.
You like that?
Yeah, 'cause you know
I
why?
hate that.
No, you know why? No, you know why? But it's the most honest part. 'Cause you know what? You know that if you don't like me, you don't have to see me tomorrow. So therefore, you're gonna say how you feel. You're gonna be very, very honest with me, and I can do the same. When people get familiar, they get less honest for some reason. I do not understand that.
And one of the things that when we had our podcast and we had our our dating like an adult thing, one of the guys, Charles, he's been married for 9 years, and he was saying one of the things that I thought was really important was that even to this day, it's 9 years, he still continually dates his wife. Like they continually does that, and it was something that's very, very important because you kind of need to do that because if you don't, then you get, like you said, you get comfortable.
Right.
You get comfortable.
Right.
You know, you start to get fat, you get a little lazy.
No, exactly.
You know? And it's funny that he said that because when he said that, I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense because my previous relationship, I was together for 2.5 years.
Right.
That last half year, we kind of stopped dating. We just did our own thing, went our separate things. I went to this club and did things, she did whatever, and we would hang out. It was more like, hey, so what you do? Oh, I did this. All right, cool. And that was it. Like, it got to and it got boring, it got repetitious, and we both just stopped caring about the relationship. We were on autopilot, and because he said that, just continuing to date, it was actually really smart because then when you date somebody, what do? You try to go to new places, you try new things,
Trying to get deep, trying to find out what they like.
you like the conversation.
A lot of people feel we're already together. Why do I have to do that?
No, but
And let me say something. And I don't mean to make this. I'm not making this into a men-women thing. But you know, I had dinner with 2 guy friends the other night, and they were pretty much like, because we were discussing celibacy, and they were like, well, what's the point of dating a girl that's celibate? Because most of the time with guys, it's like, all right, well, I'm paying all this money, and I know I'm never gonna hit. But what? So what I'm saying is, when you get into a relationship, there are a lot of men that already view, well, we're already together. What do I have to date you for?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So.
I think, what else I said?
It's an immaturity thing. It's an immaturity thing. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people forget.
Pasó un fantasma tiempos atrás. Creo que la obsesión ya sanó.